Hey guys, King of Charms here, tip of your judge, a jury, and your ass, and today I bring to you the strongest, latest ABB Team for Open Great League, and it's very strange. You've probably seen this team running around a lot. It's Lickitung, Medicham, and Swampert. So this actually ranked number 2 on the Open Great League list for pvpoke.com. It ranks at 543, literally being possibly the second most out of the top 5, it's the most common team used. And it's kind of strange because charm in the back, you know, one charmer in the back or one charmer in the lead kind of ruins your day. I found the only way you literally beat charmers is if you have a lot of energy advantage or if they line up against Lickitung. So that's why this team's kind of odd. Yeah, it's really odd actually. Along with that, if you say switch into Medicham, you're likely going to draw out the ghost type, or if they have a ghost type save switch, or the charmer, and then have Lickitung line up against it. But like I said, it's not even that comfortable. And then Swampert is in the back. So Medi's your pretty much like your save switch slash the bee that draws out whatever the heck's coming through, and hopefully you can come out with the win condition from there. But like I said, it's still pretty odd. 543 rating, still very powerful. You've probably seen this team running around, but it is factually the second most powerful top team, and out of the top 5 or the top 10, the most commonly used team. So it's actually really freaking good. But before we get started, this is going to be my therapist mentality for the day. And since we were talking about fighting, double fighter, allow me to bring you the Fighting for a new website. This is psychologytools.com, just another resource for free psychoeducation. For this one, we're going to talk about breathing. So breathing, when you fight, you need to breathe. As someone that's wrestled, as someone that's fought in MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, breathing is important. A lot of times what I tell when I coached as a wrestling coach, I would look at how my kids are breathing to really determine how good are you. Are you gassed? Are you good? Or are you chilling? Because when you take someone down and you have control over them, very often you forget to breathe. And breathe, that's when you have control over someone, when you have control of the moment, then it's a great way to breathe. But ancient clients are often unaware of the profound psychological effects related to breathing. How breathing affects feelings is an information sheet, and it gives you a clear description of what causes the consequences of hyperventilation. So, result of you breathing, etc., it can affect your feelings as well. And to fight that, know that you have to breathe. If you have great cardio, breathing usually isn't a problem to you because you have great cardio. However, breathing is still important, which is stuff that I still need to do. So yes, breathing is important. And this worksheet's on the description below. Without further ado, this is the strongest ABB team. It's the Lickitung Double Fighter. Contrary to popular belief, I actually don't have a fully powered Lickitung. This Lickitung's like 2 levels away from being a full XL. I literally got all my candy by trading a bunch of Lickitungs to my friends whenever we went to dinner for trading, just so I get my XL candy. So this Lickitung is underpowered, but it still comes out with the win cons. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. So this team is very weird. As far as the ABB concept, I get you draw out the ghost type, but still it's also very weird. As you see here, we get a K9. So Shadow K9, where this is actually really rough for you because Shadow K9 does a lot of damage. Even though the fact that you technically win this lead, that's assuming the fact they don't overheat you to death. 9 times out of 10, that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to try to overheat through shields or bait you, and then they're going to switch out. In this case, this K9 doesn't. So I'm gonna body slam here. I'm gonna try to take out this K9, and I do. So I'm like, you probably have something that's really strong against my back row, and they actually don't. They swap in a Sableye. My brain's like, what? So because they swapped in Sableye, I like to send in Medicham just because of the fact that, either way, my win condition's pretty set. I don't really need 2 fighters in the back if my opponent's playing double ghost, and as I guessed, they're playing double ghost. I shield the Shadow Ball. I'm going to go for the second Ice Punch, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my Lickitung against the... Basically, I'm just going to line up the Lickitung and Sableye. The thing is about Sableye is that Sableye's foul plays actually do a decent amount of chip damage against Lickitung, and Lickitung's Body Slam is resisted, so you kind of have to Power Whip if you're going to have a lot of a chance. I'm going to attempt to lick down, And as you see, I'm unsuccessful in licking my opponent. I was going to say that last piece, but that's okay. No, but you know, that would have sounded really wrong, but that's okay. So we get Sableye. I'm going to fire this Power Whip. Now what I want is that I want that Sableye to blow their energy. They should shield this. Even if they don't shield this, as you see here, all I have to do is just send in Far Surfetched. The reason I'm doing this is because I want my opponent to blow their energy. There's no way Sableye is going to get to a return. So all I'm literally doing is I'm just countering down at this point. Except I make a very crucial mistake, which is why I feature this battle. Make sure you remember what HP your opponent is at. Because as you see, I make a grave mistake here. In order to win this match, all I literally had to do was straight counter because Trevanent only had 1 HP. But because I fired this, they're going to get another Shadow Claw through and that will simultaneously KO us. So I don't lose any elo, but I had this match in the bag. All I had to do was just counter down, not fire a move. So there you go. There's my mistake. So technically I should have won that one, but I didn't. But make sure you remember what your opponent's HP's at, especially if it's like 1 HP to Dream. All I had to do was not even fire. I fire no move, you win. That's it. Next, we get a Walrus into my Lickitung, and then we swap out, and then we get a Walrein. And my brain's like, wait, what? So Walrein, I'm guessing my opponent's sacking their Walrein. There's no reason to keep their Walrein alive. I fire off a Psychic, and now we got a Psychic through 2 shields, and we're not going to be able to farm down here, which is perfectly fine. This Icicle Spear is going to be shielded by me because I want to keep alignment because I don't know what my opponent has in the back. So I'm waiting for out. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a Flyer. That's my guess when I was playing this match. And I was like, okay, this is going to be rough anyways, especially if it's Skarmory. And it is a Skarmory. So the win condition here is actually pretty rough. My win condition here is to literally lick down with Lickitung. And I'm going to eat a Brave Bird here, but I have to lick down with Lickitung. And for some odd reason, Go Battle decides to take our soul. Except I'm not the one that lagged. As you see, I'm furiously tapping, and my opponent is actually the one that lagged, which is absolutely terrible. I've encountered this like 4 times this season. I'm not sure why this is still happening. Regardless of the result, as you see here, my opponent finally gets back after lagging, and then they're going to Brave Bird me. But it doesn't really matter because they have a Swampert, and I'm going to Fire Body Slam. I have a bazillion energy because of my opponent lagged, which is really unfortunate. And then I'm going to fire Power Whip. So my opponent's win condition is to literally call this shield because they have a Skarmory in the back. And unfortunately, my opponent doesn't make the right call. So yeah. Well, they didn't even have the win condition to begin with. As you see, I want to feature that battle because there's still so many things wrong with Go Battle League. So if you're lagging, I empathize with you because this is extremely annoying. We're past season 10, yo. 10 seasons later, this game should not be lagging this hard. For the third battle, we get Jirachi into Lickitung. And this is actually very weird because the reason being is because Jirachi resists all of your moves. Well, not all of your moves. It resists all of your charge moves to be more specific just because you are a normal and grass type with Lickitung. My opponent doesn't call the Power Whip here with Sableye though. If you get the Power Whip through, it's amazing because you see that does a ton of damage. So I'm going to shield this, expecting return, and it is. Now, because of this, I'm going to give up Switch, and then I'm going to just try to counter down. I know they don't have enough for another return. This is going to be a foul play, so I want to eat it on my Surfetch, who doesn't take it comfortably, but I have a lot of energy here. I'm doing this because I'm guessing my opponent has double Ghost. That's my guess. And sure enough, they don't send the Ghost type in the back. Instead, they send in Jirachi. I'm going to fire this Brave Bird, and my Hurricane Suburban 69420 attack actually does 30%, like 50% of it HP. I was like, yo, that does hella damage. I was not even, like, to be resisted, like, yo, that did a lot. And my opponent's not using any of their shields, which is a great mistake because we now have a Medicham. And with Double Fighter, you're literally going to send it. I'm going to send in Medicham, and I'm just going to punch you down. I literally just have to punch down. My opponent does I don't have to fire a single move here. All I have to do is shield. This is going to likely be a foul play. Or I'm just going to eat it. Either one works. I'm guessing it's going to be a bait. And it's not a bait, but it doesn't really matter because all I have to do is farm down. The reason I'm saving this shield is because just in case that Jirachi happens to get to another move like over here, I can just shield it and just counter down. And my opponent will die with 2 shields. We're going to shield the Zoomzire, and my opponent will take their shields into the next match. And that's game. Use your shields, trainer. If they shielded the Brave Bird, yeah. I think they were expecting a Night Slash, but the reason I have Brave Bird on my Surfetch is just because the Brave Bird's hilarious, okay? Yes, Night Slash is what the play, Leaf Blade and Night Slash, but Brave Bird, if you hit it, oh my god, it's so funny. And rather than be super tryhard, I wanted to give you a little bit of, I wanted to have a little fun at the same time. We get Walrein on a Lickitung. So, if you watch this matchup closely, Lickitung, if you land the Power Whip, you can win this out. Otherwise, that Walrein is very comfortable just because Icicle Spears will add up because Walrein charges so fast. And my opponent doesn't call the Power Whip, which is very unfortunate. So, yeah, you know, it's... Oh, man, that does a lot of damage. So, Grass type, super effective against water. And as you see here, all I'm going to do... I'm not even going to shield this Icicle Spear. I can lick down, and they have a Medicham. Luckily, they can't one punch man me to death, which is great, because I don't want to get one punch to death. I'm going to send in Lickitung. They have energy advantage, though, so I have to be careful of Psychic. The good thing is you can't nuke me with anything, but so that debuff would absolutely suck. The good thing is Season 3 of One Punch Man is coming out pretty soon, which makes me very, very happy because it's been on hiatus for a while, and I can't wait to see that I can't wait to see Saitama again. One Punch Man is a great anime. I'm glad they're finally continuing with it. I know the manga is still like going, but like I haven't caught up to the manga. To be honest with you, 2022 is a great year of anime. And what's not great is it's probably going to be an Ice Punch, which I call it. I'm like, yes! And then I'm going to fire my own Ice Punch here. That's a lot because even though Psychics can do a lot of damage if it doesn't land, it's okay either way. It's just my opponent has shield advantage, so I want to save as much energy as humanly possible. They're going to fire off the Hydro Cannon. However, the funny thing is my opponent is going to die. Remember how we made the last person, like, have 2 shields? I don't know if we can manifest it now, but that might actually be the win condition here. Our opponent doesn't, and they decide to shield, which is actually great for them. The reason I do this is because I want more chip damage. And my opponent's going to get to a second Hydro Cannon anyways. Now, Surfetch could literally come in along with Lickitung, and all you do is lick down to the... I was going to make a really bad joke, but you know I'm glad I didn't. I send in Lickitung because I want my opponent to blow their energy because one-turn fast moves are very hard to count, and I don't think they're counting Body Slam. Hydro Cannon goes down. Now all I have to do is literally send in Surfetch, and I just have to keep on tapping. In the names of my favorite catchphrase of my PvP coach Taco, just keep tapping. And that's literally what we're doing here. We're literally just going to punch the unholy crap out of our opponent to death, and they will never get to another move, and that's game. Dang, that was so disrespectful, but yeah. As you see, this team, mind you, my Lickitung, like I mentioned, isn't even at full power. But it's full power against Trevanent because Lickitung does really well against Trevanent. And we get a Drapion. This still isn't ideal though. I'm going to hit a Body Slam. I want to chip and dip at this point because the reason being I'm doing this is because I want some chip damage and Trevanent is going to be decently healthy anyways. So I'm going to switch into our Surfetch here and I catch a Crunch. Fighting Resist Dark. This is why I'm doing this. However, because Surfetch is extremely squishy, as you see, it does a ton of damage. So, even though it's resisted, it still puts me in the yellow, like beyond yellow, and I have to shield the second one. Please don't debuff me, and thank God they don't debuff me. However, you're going to enjoy this, because I'm going to summon I have a Tengo Huevos Grandes. That means I have big eggs. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going for the Hail Mary, baby. They're expecting a Night Slash here, but that's perfectly fine because you know I'm going to go to the moon, baby. Go for the Brave Bird, KO the freaking Trevenant. And I hope y'all enjoyed this battle because that's game. I literally don't have to fire a single charge move. All I do is I punch down. Yes, that's a Grimer. However, because I still have 2 Pokemon here, even though Grimer does resist Lick, I literally just have to punch down. My opponent is going to save its shield, and they will never get to their Trevenant will never see the light of the day. I hope y'all enjoyed that Brave Bird. Oh my god, when I got this through, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Balls to the wall. I have massive coconuts, and you know, on this day, I will summon plot armor from my favorite anime, and I will destroy my opponent. And with all of my love and all my sorrow and all my anger, I will take this victory, and that's GG's. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Lickitung Double Fighter ABB, even though I'm very weirded out at how the hell this thing is so... It's good, but still, like I mentioned, one Charmer in the back kind of ruins your world, or if it's like ABA Charmer, or if it's like, ABA Charmer or like double... You can beat Double Ghost with this team, as you see. As you saw, I literally just destroyed an entire Trevenant by sending Hurricane Surfetched and absolutely wiping it from the face of the earth. And 2 shielding away to victory. So There's a lot of like fast move win conditions to come here, especially if your opponent doesn't commit to any shields. The typical moveset for Surfetch is Night Slash. I just run Blade Bird just for the hell of it, just because it's fun. So yeah, I found Brave Bird being, as you see, Brave Bird allowed me win conditions where Night Slash wouldn't get you. And Leaf Blade's just out there for those Azus and of course those Swamperts, just because Leaf Blade does so much damage over time. And yeah. But yes, the typical moveset for Surfetch is Night Slash, Leaf Blade. And my Lickitung is an at full power. Maybe it will one of these days, but I have to trade like 18 more Lickitungs. So hopefully once if GoFest spawns Lickitungs, then I can trade my friend and get the rest of the XLs I need. But yes, I hope you all enjoyed the battles. This is the strongest ABB team, and it's kind of weird. Like I said, I don't like how it works. I get it, but I don't like it. But it's factually second strongest, so I can't say, as a top teens connoisseur myself and creator, I can't really say anything about it. Hopefully y'all are doing well with your Go Battle sets. There's only a few more days until Season 12, which is really good because I can't wait for Season 12, to be honest with you. Let's just hope they shake up things for PvP. Some new mechanics are introduced, and by all means, no matter what the hell they do with the Go Battle, just please don't break the game. Even though we know they're going to break the game. But yes, I will see you on stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday, Monday, this Friday, and I hope y'all are doing well in your Go Battle League sets. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and good luck on the rest of your sets to Legend if you're trying to make it still for the rest of Season 11. And I will see y'all on the next video.
That I made, all the things that I have craved, these are what I could have seen.